Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology. Where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. Sometimes our dates have a happy ending. And some other times, there's just an ending. But it's always unpredictable when two strangers meet, trying to make that love connection. And now, here's our host, Chuck Woolery.
All righty, thank you, Rich. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you all here. This looks like enough to get the job done. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. She enjoys water skiing, biking, hiking, claims that being short helps her attract men, although she'd like to get married someday. She says that children are out of the question. Please welcome Karen Dunbar.
No.
Why?
Because they're too much responsibility. I don't want... Once you're a mother the rest of your life.
Well, you see now, the whole thing, a lot of people think, well, how selfish, you know, you just don't want to spend any time with children. But a lot of people are like that. I mean, some people have enough for all of us.
Yeah, but what if I want to take off and go to Europe for a month?
That's right. You
What do I
can't
do
leave
with
in
the
a pound
kids?
or something, can you?
No, I have 7 brothers and sisters, and I have 11 nieces and nephews. There might be some out there that I don't know about. I don't know. But I've counted 11.
This may
and
change,
if I have maternal instincts, I borrow one for a weekend, and by the end of the weekend, I don't want the baby anymore. Give it back.
We're going to bring everybody up to date on what happened yesterday. We showed the audience Karen's 3 choices. They voted on which one they thought would be best for her. We're going to take a look and catch you up today. First was Todd. Now, when he's in love, he says that he gets a funny feeling in his tummy. In his tummy? And Frank says that women who are preoccupied with their appearance get on his nerves. Dale says that he gets a lot of compliments on his legs. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We're going to get to that a little later, but right now, Karen's going to remind us who she chose.
I chose Dale.
Chose Dale. There he is. He's backstage. Let's say hello to Dale Johnson. Hi, Dale.
Hi, Chuck.
How are you?
How you doing,
Make
Karen?
yourself at home back there, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Tell me about the date.
I telephoned him, and we talked for about an hour to an hour and a half. And I told him to be at the airport, and there'd be a plane to pick him up, and to pack an overnight bag. He'd be staying over.
Be at the airport? There'd be a plane to pick him up?
Yes, I sent an airplane to pick him up.
Wow, so tell me about that. That's kind of... You sent an airplane?
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be very fair for him to drive, and I really don't like to drive.
But, I mean, you sent an airplane? I mean, I mean, it's one thing to catch United 101, but, I mean, you sent an airplane?
Yeah, one of the little ones.
Little two-seater, Chuck.
I'm sorry if I keep going on about this. I just... Okay.
Well, it's just easier. It's nicer than having to drive by
No, it's
yourself.
great. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so what
But
happened next?
I told him I would meet him at the airport, and we drove to dinner. I had a dinner catered. I had a table set up on a ridge, and it was set up really beautiful. Had crystal and candlelight and big wicker chairs, and I had a meal catered in, and we were up on the ridge.
What kind of deal are you, anyway? Good night. Whoa! Airplanes and crystal and... Gee, Minnie, how about it, Dale?
It was real romantic. It was beautiful, yeah. The sun was just setting when we got there. It was real romantic. There's one drawback. Her brother was the waiter. It was an older brother.
Big guy, probably.
No, not a big guy, but it just kind of kept me at ease, and I didn't want to get real romantic up there, although it was very romantic.
It's nice. So now what happens next?
We left to go dancing, and we went to the club, and we waited in line for about a half hour. And then we finally got in, and we danced a couple songs. He had put his arm around me for the first time in line while we were waiting. And
Well, the brother's gone.
he felt great.
Yeah.
He was perfect. He's nice and
safety.
tall, nice and tall, snuggled right in there. It was perfect. And then we went dancing. We danced a couple songs, and I got to dance a slow song with him. Got to feel the merchandise, nice and firm. Nice. He danced
break it, though.
adorable. No, didn't break it. No.
Well, moving right along.
We decided to leave, and we were going to the car, and we were going down the elevator, and he kissed me for the first
In
time.
the elevator, going down.
Yes.
Going up.
Weren't we going down?
I don't remember, but... The floor was moving.
Oh, who cares?
We missed our floor.
Yes,
That's what
we
the kiss
did.
was, yeah.
Yeah, we
missed
missed it.
the
It was
floor.
a good kiss.
Really?
Very
Yeah.
good kiss.
I'll take your word on that. Now, what happened
Yeah.
next?
We got home, and I took him into his room, and I showed him where everything was, and I kissed him goodnight, and I went in my room, and he went in his room, and we went to sleep.
Well, what did you want him to do? It's all right. This is a first blind date and stuff.
Thank
You weren't
you,
disappointed,
Chuck.
were you, Dale?
Well, a little disappointed, maybe. She knew where I was at. She knew the room. I thought maybe she'd show up in the middle of the night, but she didn't.
Oh, really?
A sheet of ice just came over her face.
Now, how did the date end?
Well, I woke him up in the morning,
Oh,
and
she looked cute.
thank you. God, that was a rush job. Thanks. I woke up late. So I jumped in the shower real quick, and I'm not even going to explain that. Never mind.
Yeah.
I ran in his room and woke him up, and he got in the shower, and I came down to get something out of the room that he was in, and he had a towel on. I just about died. That was
One of your
difficult.
best towels, huh?
Oh, I don't care what color the towel was. I didn't really notice. I just noticed that it was nice and tight on his body, and he had no shirt on. He had shaving cream on his face. Oh, I had to leave the room. I wouldn't fed the cats. I couldn't stand it.
She did leave the room rather quick. She left awfully quick.
I was going to rip
yeah.
that towel off if I stayed in there any longer. I'm sorry, it's the truth.
Let's take a look and see the audience pick for you. Get right down to brass tacks here. They picked Todd, 40%.
Well, Dale came in second with a respectable 34, but if you want to take Todd out, we'll pay for it. If not, of course, you're on your own.
No, I'd like to go out with
Is that
Dale.
all right with you? Dale? Have a seat. How in the world are you going to top this date? I mean, a plane down to get you, Crystal, and a thing,
A
and her
boat
brother.
pick me up, maybe. A boat would be nice. The beach.
You're still looking for it.
You don't understand. Well, okay. Well, I hope you guys have a good time. Thanks for coming on the show. We enjoyed having you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Stay in touch. Will you do that?
Okay.
All right, we're going to come right back with another couple. See you.
Our next guest recently moved here from Pensacola, Florida, and he says that his dogs must approve of all of his dates, or all the women he dates. He claims that the best way to guarantee another date with him is to beat him at sports. Please welcome Dana Gordon. Now, why would you want a woman to beat you at sports? And is it that difficult?
Well, no, it's not that difficult. No, actually, it's pretty easy. No matter if I'm not attracted to the woman or not, if she beats me at sports, I'm going to give her a second date.
Well, now, what kind of sports are we talking about?
Racquetball, tennis, triathlon.
Not contact sports. Triathlon?
Yeah, triathlon. No football, Chuck. Yeah.
Now, what if you lose on the second date?
Well, I kind of have a rule. I go about 10 dates maximum, and I'm guaranteed to score at some point, or at least win, something like that.
What happens if your dogs don't like a woman that you date?
She's gone, just like that.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have an Australian cattle dog and a Keeshond.
Trying to picture those.
Not a Jack Russell Terrier.
I'm trying to picture those, assessing a woman. How can you tell if they like one? I mean,
Well, what it comes down to, they always lick the ones they like, and they snap at the ones they don't like. It's true.
okay, all right.
We're going to take a look at the women that Dana had to choose from. Now, remember, you're going to pick the woman that you think's best for him. Here we go. First was Carrie. She claims that she has Sally Field's eyes, Joan Rivers' sense of humor, and she says that her ideal man should have wide shoulders and a hairy chest. And here's something a man should watch out for on a first date.
I don't want to cuddle with someone I just met. I went out with a guy once that was really good looking, and I met him through a friend, and we got along real good, but he had the worst breath in the world. And so now I don't cuddle with people that I first meet.
Next, there was Denise. She's a law student, and she enjoys eating sushi and playing touch football. She dates about 2 or 3 times a week. We asked Denise what sort of first impression she thinks she makes, and here's what she told us.
I have had numerous guys tell me that I'm very erotic. My eyes are, or my mouth is, or the way I drink my drink, and I can't understand it myself. I tried looking in the mirror to see what it is, but I can't find it.
Finally, Anne, she was born in Norway. Her hobbies include sewing and playing the piano. Her 2 requirements for a man are that he be a music lover and a cat lover. And here's why Anne avoids dating doctors.
I don't want them to have to run off to do emergency surgery in the middle of the night or have some patient who's dying on the floor, that type of thing. If I were interested in a doctor, it'd be somebody who had set hours like an orthodontist or, maybe an eye surgeon.
Okay, those are the 3 women that Dana had to choose from. It's time for you to vote now. Who do you think would be the best lady for him? All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the woman that Dana selected, hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do it in 2 and 2. Be right back. Okay, we're back, and you're going to tell us who you picked.
I picked Carrie.
Carrie. Okay. We haven't seen each other since the date. We always hear from both sides. Going to say hello to Carrie Burton. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Just make yourself at home back there, all right?
Okay.
Okie doke. Tell me about the date.
I drove up to see her, and I brought her 5 roses. She likes the number 5.
Oh.
That's why I got her 5 roses. She was sitting there watching television when I came in, and I looked at her, checked her out. She was a lot cuter than she was on the videotape.
Mm-hmm. She seems very attractive.
Yeah, I was really pleased. We both agreed to be casual on the first part of our date, so I wore shorts, and I think she wanted to check my legs out.
Yeah. And did you?
No. I'm sorry, Dana, but I'm a chest man,
okay.
and he's got a gorgeous chest, but I was not looking at his legs, so...
Well, that's not bad.
No. So what happened next?
We went up to Santa Barbara, to the zoo up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I packed a picnic lunch. So, and when you get there, there's a picnic area when you get into the zoo.
Now, was this your idea to go to the zoo in Santa Barbara?
No, not really. It was her idea.
Yeah, okay.
And I packed this pretty elaborate picnic lunch, and there's this picnic area that looks over the Pacific Ocean. Real romantic. We're out looking. And I was starting to feel a little romantically inclined, so I kept staring at her during lunch.
Could you tell he was kind of attracted to you? And
He left out that we were both wearing dark sunglasses, so I couldn't tell where his eyes were.
So what'd you do about that?
Well, we decided we were going to go see all the animals in the zoo, so we walked around, and I kept bumping into her, and she claims I was trying to knock her off the path, but, what can I say, Chuck? Maybe it was a wine we had with lunch.
Gee, I don't know. What can you say?
So I finally grabbed her hand, and she didn't pull it back, so it was pretty good.
See her holding hands, walking around the ostrich cage, and
right.
What happened next?
Well, we decided we were going to go watch a sunset. It was starting to get towards sunset, so we went down to the beach.
That's romantic enough, Carrie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was real romantic.
Was it?
Especially when he kissed me. That's when it started getting romantic.
Really?
Yeah. He's a good kisser.
Good kisser.
Yes.
All right, so what happened next?
Well, it was getting kind of dark, kind of late, and we wanted to go out to dinner. So we went back to her house and decided on a restaurant to go to.
Uh-huh.
And we made a dinner reservation, and we had 2 hours to kill. So Carrie said, Dana, what do you want to do? I was sitting on the couch. I said, Carrie, come over here and sit down. And so she sat down, and we kissed for a while.
Did you make it to the restaurant on time, Carrie?
No, like I said, he's a good kisser. We got there about 15, 30 minutes late. But it was nice. It was worth being late for.
Well, now, how did the date finally end?
Well, after we got done dinner, we went back to her house for a few minutes. It was starting to get late. I had a 2-hour drive ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to give her one last kiss that would make her remember me, kind of melt her nylons.
Melt her
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to tell me about this kiss, Carrie. Did your nylons actually melt?
Not actually, but they were close. They were getting real warm.
Oh, I can't say it, so I'm not going to. Let's take a look and see what we got. Well, they picked Denise, 70%. Picked Denise. Well, I know but that's who they picked, and we'll pay for that if you'd like to go out with Denise. If not, you're on your own. You can do what you'd like.
No, I want to go out with Carrie again.
Is that all right with you, Carrie?
Absolutely.
She says yes. You know, this is really, I don't know whether you all did this or not, but I got the distinct impression when you first came out they didn't like each other. Did you? I mean, I was real surprised all of a sudden when she said, he kissed me and it was great. It was like a shock to me. I went, really? Well, I'm glad you all got along. Congratulations, and if you can, keep in touch. We'd appreciate it.
Okay.
We have a nice gift for both of you. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to come right back with the next guest. Stay with us.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection.
All right, our next guest has agreed to let our audience decide who she should go out with. We're going to meet her right now. She was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and she thinks that her voice scares men off. She says that she won't date her customers, men who love sports or men who treat her like a trophy. Please welcome Robin McWilliams. Hi, Robin. How are you? Have a seat. Well, gosh, you got a lot of don'ts, don't you?
Yes.
Well, how does a guy treat you like a trophy? Is this kind of the pedestal treatment, that kind of thing?
Yeah. They tend to, they want to take me out on a date, but let's get dressed up, which is no problem for me.
Right.
Because I tend to overdress anyways, but it ends up going, hey guys, look what I brought. You know, but yeah, sit down there and keep your mouth shut, and I'm not real good at that.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. What's wrong with a guy who likes sports now? Is this the old football deal or
Football,
what?
baseball, any of it. I hate sports.
Oh, you do?
I hate sports.
That's very...
I hate them.
Listen to the timbre of the voices. There's no women.
I know all men love sports, okay, so I understand that, but the first time a game comes before me, that's it. No.
Why do you avoid dating your customers? I'm assuming what do you do?
I do hair.
Oh,
I do
see.
hair. And
You
I
like
don't...
cut men's hair, that kind of thing?
Uh-huh.
I see.
Yeah.
And you won't date your customers?
No, a lot of my times, my customers want me to set me up with their sons and want to set me up with their grandsons and da-da-da-da, and that tends to cause a little conflict. And then if I try and date them, they try and get a haircut for free out of me. You know, it turns out that, well, we're dating now. Don't I get a haircut for free? Well, I think so. You know.
How does your voice scare men off? What do you do with your voice that scares them?
Well, as you can see, I have a very deep voice. It's kind of a Patricia Neal, Tallulah Bankhead type of thing. And I have a very big high. And that tends to scare a lot of people because I am so small that they kind of get this, it's automatic. God, she's dominant, she's overbearing, da-da-da-da-da.
And are you these things?
No.
What are you? Well, describe yourself.
I am so sweet. I am just...
Just real sweet and caring.
Oh, yeah.
But if
I'm just everybody's
a guy
best
turns
friend.
on a football game, I'll kill him.
Then the voice really comes out, you know, because I have a very big voice.
Yeah.
I have a big voice, and it's very deep, and it tends to wow everybody.
All right. All right. We're going to show you portions of the videotapes that Robin saw. Now, remember, she agreed to let the audience here in our studio audience choose her date, so watch very carefully. First was Nicholas. He's originally from New York, and his favorite pastime is playing the drums. He says that women love the way he dances, and when he takes a woman out, here's what he spends. Here's how he spends the date.
Probably I'd take her to a place like McDonald's that was, you know, inexpensive on the food area because food is fuel, you know, and we'd have a good time and laugh about it and have a great time at dinner, and with the rest of the money, I'd probably buy her all flowers.
Okay. Next was Jeffrey. He likes to sing in his car, and he's looking for a woman who enjoys eating health food one day and junk food the next. Here's a problem Jeffrey encounters when he's meeting women.
If I meet a woman and I like her, just personally, then what happens is if I tell her I'm a publicist or whatever, she always goes, oh, well, I'm an actress or something, and it always changes it into this business thing where I always end up going, okay, well, I'll call you and, you know, well, so I don't do that anymore. I tell them I'm a shoe salesman.
Finally, Michael, he's from Washington, D.C., and his hobbies include parachuting and scuba diving. Says that he's recently ended a 7-year relationship, and here's how Michael approaches a woman in a nightclub.
I'll just smile and look over and say, well, you still respect me in the morning. And it's amazing when you turn their lines against themselves, how they get intrigued by that. And you let them say the next line, and you take it from there.
It's very funny. He reminds me of Dan Rather, doesn't he? Kind of a young Dan Rather. Well, you met Robin. You've seen her 3 choices. Now, who do you think would be the best man for her? Okay, let's see who the audience picked for you. Jeffrey, 64%. We'll see you back here in a few weeks to tell us about your date with Jeffrey. And that's our show for today. We'll be back next time with more singles trying to make a love connection. I'm Chuck Woolery. Until then, I hope all your dates are good ones. Bye-bye.
Some of the guests on Love Connection will receive one of the following. What tastes like your favorite chocolate but doesn't have sugar? New Cocoa Man, made with pure imported cocoa, the great chocolate taste from Velamix. For anti-tartarine toothpaste, the great tasty way to fight tartar. A proven tartar control formula and great taste, that's anti-tartarine. Or for love of your legs and underarms, Bikini Bear Lotion Depilatory and our unique applicator remover with mild friction for quicker, more thorough hair removal. Or Blue Luster Shampooer. And for pet owners, Blue Luster's new carpet shampoo with flea killer to help rid carpets of fleas and other insects. Or wrap your family in the special softness of Snuggle fabric softener. It makes everything you wash so soft, it's soft as Snuggle. Or Popeye's delicious freezing home treat comes in assorted fruit flavors. 18 bars per box. Treat your youngsters with refreshing Popeyes. This is Rich Jeffrey speaking for Love Connection. Chuck Woolery's wardrobe furnished by Ratner Dimitri Clothes.